I would have immediately noticed the loose, cheap toy feel of the touchpads.
Minus 300 social credits for disagreeing. We got a Steam Deck review early from the good old reliable LinusTechTips. Let's check it out. Make sure to smash the subscribe bell. I have it pre-order and I don't even know about the specs really. I know, but you know what I mean.
3 configs with identical key specs, varied storage, and aggressive.
Almost 650 USD.
Newell described as painful to hit.
Yep.
The highlights are the custom AMD SoC featuring 4 Zen 2 processing cores and RDNA 2 graphics, mobile DDR5 memory, and what essentially amounts to an integrated Steam controller, giving gamers a whopping 5 Z inputs per side, including the joystick clicks and remappable rear paddles that are, in my opinion, perfectly tuned to be.
All I want to know here is that can it play Minecraft at 4K 60 FPS? If it cannot play Minecraft, then I don't want.
Even onboard gyro controls that by default are activated by placing a finger on the capacitive surface of the right joystick. It is an impressive arsenal of input options that promises to make everything from shooters to mouse-dependent games like Civ enjoyable with a little bit of kajiggering.
Basically, you're holding like a PC in palm of your hands, and the fact that we got clickable toggles, that's actually really good.
Since my rushed hands-on and my initial unboxing on Short Circuit, I have logged hours of gaming time on the Steam Deck, and while I can reach every button comfortably from a neutral, relaxed position, I do find a number of them a little awkward to use. And I don't really know how to describe this other than to say it's kind of like spooning someone taller than you. Cuddling is fine, but don't try and do anything too ambitious or you might strain a muscle. If you have larger hands, you might not share these concerns, but my wife and I both had similar issues, albeit with different buttons. For example, I struggled to reach the shoulders without shifting my grip a little, and she found the ABXY was a little bit awkward for her. But Jake had no issues at all, so your mileage may vary.
It's a big boy.
And even for myself, I think it's a small price to pay for the unprecedented input flexibility afforded by Valve's design. And did I even mention?
But it actually looks very comfortable.
It gets even better. The feel of the sticks, buttons, triggers, and even the D-pad, which I am very particular about, are all right up there with my favorite console controllers. The joysticks in particular are miles ahead of every other handheld that I have touched, with the exception of the Neo Next, and Valve's repair-friendly approach to the joysticks promises a long gaming life for your deck.
But I don't know if you will be able to put inside your pocket with those towers hanging like that.
We're well under control in all of our test scenarios. The thoughtful design of the deck keeps touch surfaces at or near skin temperature, even during an extended gaming session, which is a big advantage over more compact portable gaming PCs like the Aya Neo 2021 Pro and the One X Player Mini. And even though the fan looked kind of wimpy in Valve's official teardown video, get subbed by the way, because our—
What are you waiting for?
Valve's promised TDP and clock controls mean that while you can just leave the SoC on auto, and for most people, we'd recommend doing just that and using FPS limits to extend your battery life while offering—
Oh damn, you can do that?
For the hardcores,
my God, that's really good.
To be able to fine-tune your power profile to optimize for your exact use case.
Damn.
Want to emulate PS3 games and need your CPU going hard, for example? You'll be able to, and I'm really excited to see what the community comes up with here.
That is really sick.
This thing, do not kid yourself, is gonna be enormous. Like, I've seen haters out there that are like, this thing is not gonna take off. You are wrong.
It's gonna take off.
These performance numbers, you're gonna see just how wrong you were.
My God,
it's important to keep in mind that Valve did hand select each of the games for our preview embargo today, but I also haven't seen anything to make me believe that their goal was to mislead us about the deck's capabilities. So kicking things off, Control is a DirectX game with no native Linux port, but a platinum rating on Proton DB, meaning that it should run perfectly on Linux out of the box, and that's a—
But can it run Fortnite though? Can it run Fortnite?
The Steam Deck absolutely ran away with the performance crown here.
That's the main question people got, right?
Is that on a screen this size, even at the low preset, Control looks absolutely amazing. What a time to be alive, right? Continuing on, Devil May Cry 5 is arguably an—
You can play games at 480p, my guy, and it's gonna look like butter.
Yes, on medium settings with anti-aliasing enabled. Okay, it's cheapo basic anti-aliasing, but come on! And it looks great. Ghost
Yeah,
Runner,
who needs RTX 40 billion when you got that?
a clear win in DirectX 11, and creating a new standard for mobile gaming performance in DirectX 12. I mean, the DeX lows here managed to nearly outstrip the average frame rates of competing devices powered by Intel Xe graphics and AMD's last-gen Vega architecture GPUs.
Damn.
But it also isn't a completely one-sided fight here. Dead Cells is the first of our, why did Valve want us to look at this? Games. On the surface, it actually seems like the Steam Deck puts up an embarrassing fight here, coming in dead last. But we also observed that even though we unlocked the frame rate, SoC power consumption was quite low in this game. We've got a couple of theories about this, maybe around optimization or Valve doing something in the background to save power rather than push past 150 FPS, but we're not sure at this time. And we have no reassuring explanation for this next one. Massive credit to Valve, first and foremost, for getting Forza Horizon 5, a Microsoft game, running at all. But while the in-game benchmark reports industry-leading performance here, the gameplay experience does not hold up. Both Jake and I experienced what I would describe as kind of a physics rubber banding effect, where the animation stays smooth, true to the frame rate report, but the experience of playing the game is uneven and jarring.
I was not expecting that. What a plot twist! He was like, yo, it's good, and then he's like, damn.
To catch up, and then slow and fast to catch up. But issues with Forza aside, two things are clear. One is that the hardware is damn impressive. I mean, I'm sure that if we had a working Windows GPU driver in time for this preview, the Steam Deck would have peeled away from the competition in Forza as well. And the second is that Valve's software team and the open source community are just S tier.
I will be playing GTA 9 with my grandkids if I'm alive on this, okay?
Miracle. There's a lot more to gaming than FPS, however. And honestly, this is where the Steam Deck both shines
Can you watch YouTube on it?
Some of its luster. I mean, it speaks volume about the efficiency of the APU that AMD's custom SoC division put together, that in spite of its mere 40 watt-hour battery, that's almost 20% lower than the competition. The Steam Deck puts up better battery longevity numbers than its competitors. That 8+ hours under light loads is particular.
She can last long? I thought she wasn't able to.
I should make it clear that I don't think I would personally spend the extra if I didn't need more storage, since I find myself doing the vast majority of my gaming at night, and regardless of screen finish, the Steam Deck is by far the most comfortable handheld that I own to look at in a
Just download one game, play that, delete, and just download another one. Easy.
And details like that really illustrate the care and attention that Valve has poured into this project. Do not underestimate the difficulty of producing a screen that manages acceptable color performance across such a wide
I'm gonna underestimate
settings. And believe it or not,
that's what people are gonna say, not me. Not me.
In comparison to the speakers. I was able to use Bluetooth or 3.5mm headphones, no problem. They performed as expected, but the speakers. Man, the other devices that I'm reminded of when gaming on the Steam Deck are the original HTC One and the latest.
I don't think anybody uses speakers anymore. Obviously, I'm joking. Yeah, the speakers fire.
Like, to be clear, they're still tiny speakers. Valve can't bend the laws of physics, but I was genuinely surprised that a pair of drivers this small could create a soundstage this wide as I have cars ripping past me in Forza Horizon 5. I mean, I guess given the performance of both the near...
She do be kinda loud though.
I shouldn't be,
she do be loud.
That surprised. So, Valve, can you hurry up and make a gaming headset already? I promise you, it would immediately obsolete most of the other crap that exists and you would sell millions.
Dang, wild claim, wild claim.
But I said it wasn't all good, right? I want to talk about haptics. By Valve's own admission, rumble was an afterthought on the Steam Deck. Compared to the space, power, and cost downsides, they felt that the benefit was too small, and respectfully, I disagree. Even if I hadn't already experienced the tight, responsive linear motors in the Ioneo Pro 2021, I would have immediately noticed the loose, cheap toy feel of the touchpads.
Minus 300 social credits
both
for
using them as a mousing surface, and when they're providing pseudo-haptic feedback for the rest of the controller. There's just no nice way to put this. At the moment, haptics on this device are a poo stain on an otherwise crisp white sheet.
Minus 500 social credits.
But we're gonna have to wait for the full review embargo to find out if I need to stop mashing X for doubt over.
Minus 1,000 social credits.
Valve hasn't given me much reason to doubt them yet. They claimed at the hands-on that both the internal SSD and the micro SD card would manage similar load times, and I didn't believe them. But so far, it appears as though I was wrong.
Dude.
I still do need to get more detail from them about whether this involves some kind of fancy trickery, or if you can actually just copy-paste a game folder off of your other...
Not almost identical.
And I also need to find out what's going to happen as game titles that are optimized for the blazing fast storage of the PS5 and the Xbox Series start to arrive. But for the time being, I can say this. You can expect to slot a terabyte of storage into your Steam Deck with very little
That costs $150, like a Bungie and a half. Damn, man, that's expensive.
Upgrade it with the latest from Micron. You could rock as much as 3 terabytes of storage in this thing.
Should
it's
be
not as much as the
$20
terabytes that I have in my Aya Neo Next.
Should be $20
now, thanks to its support for full-size 2280M.
Smash the like button if that should be $20. Like, you think I'm a prince of? I'm an old prince. You think I'm a president of Honolulu?
Starting at $400 US, the Steam Deck is less than half the price of anything else we looked at in this video. So I could complain that the tactile feel of the Steam and quick access menu buttons are poo-poo. Or that the width of the deck means that playing in unusual positions, like lying on my side in bed, is a little uncomfortable.
Okay, man, we gotta give you minus 1 million social credits for spitting facts.
I'm not gonna complain about those things, because it is half the price. And even the top spec one has a pretty compelling value proposition with the anti-glare screen and the surprisingly nice included.
Can a brother get 1 terabyte SSD then? It's 512 gigs, the most expensive one. But click on this video on the screen and I will see you right there. Just click it, man. You're gonna